Hello, my name is Michael Miedema, Director of the Nolan Family Center for Cardiovascular Health at the Minneapolis Heart Institute Foundation. In this video, we're talking about nutrition and exploring key recommendations for a heart-healthy eating pattern. One of the most important aspects for lowering your cardiovascular risk is nutrition. It's truly the foundation of cardiovascular health. Unfortunately, it's also one of the most confusing. Nutrition science is really complicated, and we currently live in a world with lots of marketing, anecdotes, and food fads. So we want to stay away from all the hype and simply stick to the science. Nutrition is more about eating patterns and behaviors than about a single food or food group. What you eat over time is what worsens or improves your cardiovascular health. If you look around the world, people are following many different eating patterns. While there does not appear one single heart-healthy diet that is best, there are some consistent themes. I'm going to cover 5 key recommendations for developing a healthy eating pattern. The goal is to provide a framework that can be customized to accommodate personal and cultural preferences, as well as budget. First, aim to eat mostly plant-based foods. This means choosing a variety of whole foods from plant sources, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, seeds, legumes, and beans. Eating mostly plant-based does not mean you need to go vegetarian or vegan, which cuts out all foods from animals. You can still enjoy eating animal products such as fish and seafood, meat, eggs, and dairy, but in modest portions. Eating patterns that feature an abundance of fruits and vegetables are consistently linked to improved cardiovascular health. The goal is to eat at least 5 servings of fruit or vegetables every day. Start by adding an extra vegetable at meals, or add fruit as a snack to help you reach this goal. For decades, guidelines emphasized a low-fat diet and placed significant importance on the amount of fat people consumed. We now know that it's the quality of fat, not the quantity of fat, that matters most. In general, there are 2 categories of fats: unsaturated and saturated. Unsaturated fats, including mono and polyunsaturated fats, are clearly heart-healthy. They are found in olive oil, canola oil, fish, avocados, walnuts, and other nuts and seeds. These types of fats have been associated with reduced risk for heart attack and stroke. Saturated fats, such as those found in meat, dairy, and tropical oils like coconut and palm, tend to be associated with higher levels of LDL or bad cholesterol. There is ongoing debate about the effect of dairy on cardiovascular health, with some studies suggesting that dairy may improve cardiovascular health despite its saturated fat content. While some saturated fat is okay to eat, it's best to replace saturated fat with poly or monounsaturated fats whenever possible. Simple goals to incorporate more mono and polyunsaturated fats are to cook with a vegetable oil, such as olive oil, in place of butter or coconut oil, and eat 1 to 2 servings of fish each week, preferably fatty fish like salmon, sardines, tuna, and trout. Avoiding processed foods is advice that we are probably all aware of, but find difficult to practice. Processed foods include the addition of sugar, salt, oils, and fats, as well as artificial additives to enhance flavor, texture, and preservation. Think chips, crackers, hot dogs and cold cuts, cakes and cookies, along with most cereal and granola bars. Their ingredient list is usually long and lengthy with many unrecognizable words. We have strong data that consuming processed foods increases risk for cardiovascular disease. Unfortunately, we also have data that indicates processed foods are responsible for over half of the calories eaten in the US. Strategies to help you cut back on processed foods include choosing foods with a single ingredient whenever possible. Think foods like salmon, blueberries, almonds, or carrots. Cook as many meals as you can at home with whole ingredients or foods with a simple ingredient list. Limit eating out to once or twice a week, and choose unprocessed whole grains like brown rice, steel-cut oats, and quinoa. Select 100% whole wheat bread rather than white bread, and 100% whole grain pasta rather than white pasta, as they are less processed with more nutrients and fiber. With the introduction of more processed foods, our sugar intake has steadily increased. Studies have found that a higher intake of sugar is associated with increased rates of obesity, as well as cardiovascular risk factors such as high blood pressure, high triglycerides, and diabetes. Sugars in the diet can be naturally occurring or added. Natural sugars are found in fruits and milk. They do not negatively impact our health like sugars added to foods and beverages. There are obvious sources of added sugar like soda, dessert, and candy, but added sugars can also be present in other foods such as cereals, flavored yogurt, instant flavored oatmeal, pasta sauce, condiments, and granola bars. Added sugars provide calories but no nutritional value. You can identify added sugars by reading the nutrition facts label. The American Heart Association provides recommendations to limit sugar intake for both men and women. Most people consume more sugar than recommended, and the number one source is beverages. Tips to reduce sugar intake include choosing flavored water to replace regular soda, lemonade, sweetened coffee beverages, sports and energy drinks. Limit or avoid foods when added sugar is one of the top 3 ingredients when possible. Look for names such as sucrose, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, honey, and molasses. Split a dessert when dining out or choose smaller portions of sugary foods. Unless you have a nutrient deficiency, for most people there's really no data to support taking supplements. It's always better to get your nutrients from foods. We have multiple studies looking at multivitamins, B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, fish oil, and several other supplements. And these studies have shown no or minimal health benefit. Additionally, supplements can be costly, are not well regulated, and can occasionally be harmful. With all of this in mind, we encourage you to think about making small, gradual changes to increase the quality of foods you eat, whether that be adding one more fruit, vegetable, or whole grain into your day, and gradually building on these changes over time. Ultimately, following a healthy eating pattern is associated with improved cardiovascular health. A variety of foods can be part of a healthy eating pattern, but some foods have proven cardiovascular benefits, while others have been found to be less helpful or even harmful. If you have nutrition questions or would like advice tailored to your personal health, consult with a registered dietitian nutritionist. Thank you for your time. I hope you found this information on nutrition helpful. Here at the Nolan Family Center for Cardiovascular Health at the Minneapolis Heart Institute Foundation, education is a core part of our mission. I encourage you to share this series with your family and friends and anyone you think can benefit from this information. Thanks again and stay heart healthy.